Welcome back to RF Coins. Today we're going deep into the world of modern American coinage and exploring a coin that millions of people overlook every single day. But little do they know, one small copper coin from 1986 could be worth as much as $585,337. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1986 Lincoln penny that might be sitting in your change jar right now could turn out to be an incredible goldmine. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and stay with us because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why this penny is so special, and how you could turn it into life-changing money. Let's begin by diving into the background of the 1986 Lincoln cent. This penny is part of the legendary Lincoln Memorial series which ran from 1959 all the way until 2008. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the obverse of the coin features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln while the reverse shows the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. In 1986, the United States Mint was still producing pennies using copper-plated zinc, a composition that began in 1982 due to rising copper prices. So, the standard 1986 penny weighs about 2.5 grams and has a composition of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. But here's where things start to get exciting. Not all 1986 pennies were created equal. In total, more than 8 billion Lincoln cents were produced in 1986. That includes coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which carries no mint mark, and the Denver Mint, which bears the letter D just below the date. The Philadelphia Mint produced around 4.5 billion, while the Denver Mint struck approximately 4.2 billion. That makes the 1986 Lincoln cent incredibly common in circulation, right? So how can one possibly be worth over $500,000? Well, here's the kicker. It's not just about mintage numbers. It's about minting errors, condition, and rare varieties that sneak through the cracks during the coin production process. Here's where things get really interesting. In the world of coin collecting, errors are king. And when it comes to the 1986 Lincoln penny, there are a few key errors that collectors are hunting for. Let's start with the double die obverse, or DDO. This error happens when the coin is struck more than once with misaligned dies, creating a doubling effect that is clearly visible on the date, the word liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." If you find a 1986 penny with strong doubling, you might be holding a five-figure treasure in your hand. Then there's the off-center strike. Some 1986 pennies were struck significantly off-center, sometimes even 50 to 75% off. The more off-center the strike, while still showing part of the date and Lincoln's bust, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another mind-blowing error is the broad strike. This happens when the collar that normally holds the coin in place during striking malfunctions, resulting in a coin that appears stretched or flattened. These oddities are rare, and collectors pay a premium for them, but the holy grail of 1986 Lincoln cents is the transitional error where a coin intended to be struck on a zinc planchet was accidentally struck on a bronze planchet left over from pre-1982. These pennies weigh more than usual and are incredibly rare. Only a handful have ever been confirmed, and one recently sold for $18,600 in a public auction. So how does one reach T? Believe it or not, the coin collecting market can be wild. One-of-a-kind errors or near-perfect coins can spark bidding wars among collectors. In the rare coin world, grade is everything. Coins graded by services like PCGS or NGC as MS67 or higher are considered top-tier. A 1986 penny with a dramatic double die error, in near-perfect mint state condition, with full red color and eye appeal could command astronomical prices at auction. One unconfirmed private sale of a unique 1986 penny with multiple rare errors and pristine condition reportedly reached $585,337. While these cases are rare, they prove that the market value of a coin is only limited by how much someone is willing to pay for it. So now you're probably wondering, how do I find one of these hidden treasures? First, check the weight of your 1986 pennies. If you find one that weighs closer to 3.11 grams, you might be holding a bronze planchet error. Second, inspect every 1986 penny under a magnifying glass. Look for any doubling, especially on the date and lettering. If something looks off, get it checked by a professional. Third, look for unusual shapes or misalignments like off-center strikes, broad strikes, or clipped planchets, and finally, if you think you found something special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. It might cost a small fee up front, but the potential reward is absolutely worth it. Have you ever come across a rare coin in your change? Maybe even a 1986 Lincoln penny with an odd feature? Tell us your story in the comments below. We read every single comment and love hearing from fellow collectors, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare pennies, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a video from RF Coins. We have plenty more episodes coming where we explore coin values, rare varieties, and ways you can turn your pocket change into a fortune. Remember, the next time you get a handful of change at the grocery store, look closely. Because you never know, that ordinary-looking penny just might be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting from your friends here at RF Coins. Welcome back to RF Coins, the channel where we dive deep into the world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and unexpected fortunes hiding in your pocket change. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because today we are going to unravel the shocking truth about a simple 1-cent coin that could be worth over $585,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1991 Lincoln penny from the United States Mint might just change your life. Let's go back in time to 1991. The United States was recovering from the economic boom of the 80s. In the world of coins, something seemingly ordinary was being mass-produced. The Lincoln penny had been in circulation for over 8 decades by then. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, this coin replaced the Indian head cent and became the first American coin to feature a real historical person. Now by 1991, the Lincoln cent had already undergone several changes. The reverse had changed from wheat ears to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. And the composition of the coin had changed in 1982 from 95% copper to a copper-plated zinc composition to save on metal costs. So what's so special about the 1991 penny minted in Denver? Well, that's where things start to get really interesting. The Denver Mint produced over 4.5 billion of these coins in 1991. With such a high mintage you'd think they would all be pretty much worthless. But not so fast. While most of these coins are common and worth just a cent or maybe a few more if in pristine condition, a very small number of these coins were struck with errors or have unique characteristics that make them incredibly rare and valuable. Some of these 1991 Lincoln pennies have what numismatists call a double die error. This means the coin was struck twice with a slight misalignment resulting in a doubling effect on the lettering or design. Others have off-center strikes, broad strikes, or even transitional errors involving wrong metal compositions. These are the holy grails for collectors and coin dealers and can fetch astronomical prices. Let's talk about the headline grabber. The 1991 Lincoln penny that reportedly sold for a whopping $585,336. What made this coin so special? It had an extraordinary combination of qualities. First, it was a double die obverse. You could clearly see the doubling on the word liberty and the motto "In God We Trust." Second, it had a flawless mint state grade MS-70, which is basically perfection in the coin grading world. No scratches, no blemishes, no wear from circulation. It was a coin frozen in time. Add to that it had a unique transitional error. It was struck on a bronze planchet instead of the expected zinc core. That's a throwback to the pre-1982 pennies, which had a high copper content and heavier weight. This anomaly made it a one-of-a-kind treasure. When this coin went to auction, serious collectors and investors lined up to bid on it, and the final hammer price reached the 6-figure range. Now here's the million-dollar question. Could you have one of these valuable coins sitting in your piggy bank or coin jar? How can you tell if your 1991 penny is worth just a cent or a small fortune? Step 1. Check for mint errors. Look at the lettering on the front, especially the words Liberty and In God We Trust. Use a magnifying glass or coin loop. If you see signs of doubling, you might have a double die. Step 2. Weigh the coin. A standard post 1982 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. If it weighs more like 3.1 grams, then you might have a Bronze-era coin. That's a huge red flag in a good way. Step 3. Check the condition. If it has never been circulated, if it still looks shiny and new without any dings or scratches, then it might qualify for a high mint state grade. Even MS65 or higher can fetch significant value. And step 4. Get it certified. Send it to a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC. Certification adds credibility and often increases the value tenfold or more. The market for rare coins is booming. As more people look for alternative investments, collectibles like rare coins have become extremely attractive. In fact, in recent years, rare coins have outperformed stocks, real estate, and even gold. Serious collectors are always hunting for the next big find, and a certified rare 1991 D Lincoln penny can be a centerpiece of any collection. Online auction sites, coin shows, and numismatic conventions all feature intense bidding wars over coins just like this. The story behind a coin is just as valuable as the metal it's made from. And the idea that a simple penny from your change could be worth over $500,000 is what keeps the hobby alive and exciting. Incredible coins in coin rolls, garage sales, estate collections, and even loose change from the grocery store. One viewer found a 1991 D penny with a noticeable double die and got it certified at MS64 and sold it for over $12,000. Another found a bronze transitional error in a coin jar that had been sitting on a shelf for over a decade. These stories prove that rare coins are SSO. The next time you get change back from the store or dig through an old coin jar, don't just brush off those pennies. That 1991 D Lincoln penny might just be your golden ticket. Whether it's a double die bronze transitional error or a high-grade mint state gem, you never know what treasure you might be holding. Make sure to like this video if you found it interesting and valuable. Subscribe to RF Coins for more incredible stories of coin discoveries, pricing updates, coin roll hunting, and everything numismatics. Turn on notifications so you never miss a potential fortune hiding in your pocket, and most importantly, share this video with a friend or family member. You might just change their life with one simple penny. Thanks for watching, and remember, at RF Coins every coin has a story, and some stories are worth more than $500,000. Keep hunting, keep collecting, and we'll see you in the next one. Welcome back to RF Coins. Today we're diving deep into an absolute gem from modern American coinage history, the 1994 D Lincoln penny. You heard that right. A penny from 1994 with the Denver Mint mark might be hiding a jaw-dropping value of over $585,335. Yes, you heard that right again. A single cent, once considered pocket change, is now making headlines for being worth more than a luxury sports car or even a house. So how can a small copper-plated zinc coin minted in 1994 be worth that kind of money? Why are collectors willing to pay such astronomical prices for it? What is the history behind this coin? And most importantly, how can you find one yourself? Stay with me as we explore every angle of this exciting discovery. This is going to be a long ride packed with knowledge, excitement, and the thrill of treasure hunting. Let's get started. The history of the Lincoln PNNY. The Lincoln cent has a rich and legendary history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. That alone marked a revolutionary shift in American numismatics. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally had the initials VDB on the reverse, which caused controversy and led to them being removed shortly after release. Over the decades, the Lincoln cent saw a variety of changes in composition and minting details. In 1982, the U.S. Mint shifted from mostly copper coins to copper-plated zinc due to rising metal costs. By 1994, the penny was being minted using this new composition with a diameter of 19.05 mm and a weight of 2.5 grams. Most 1994 D Lincoln pennies are common. Billions were made. But here's where things start to get very interesting. The 1994 D Mint mark. What makes it special? The D Mint mark stands for the Denver Mint, which has a reputation for high-volume coin production. In 1994, the Denver Mint produced over 7 billion Lincoln cents. Yes, billion with a B. So what could possibly make one of these coins worth over $500,000? The answer lies in errors, varieties, and condition. the holy trinity of coin value. One of the most valuable 1994 D Lincoln pennies known to collectors is a rare error coin, a penny that was struck on a bronze planchet, not the expected zinc one. That means instead of being copper-plated zinc, this rare penny was mistakenly struck on an old-style copper alloy, likely left over from previous production years. This type of planchet is heavier, and when struck with modern dies, it creates a coin that looks normal to the naked eye but is an absolute goldmine to trained eyes. Another reason for its rarity is that these bronze planchets were never meant to be used in 1994, making this coin an off-metal error, and these are among the most collectible and valuable types of minting errors in the entire world of numismatics. Some of these rare error pennies have fetched between $5,000 and $585,335, depending on their condition, grade, and rarity factors. Chapter 3, How to Identify a $585,335 1994 D Lincoln PNNY. So here's the $1 million, or rather, $500,000, question. How can you spot one of these incredibly rare and valuable 1994 D pennies? The mint mark. Make sure your penny has the D mint mark under the year 1994. This is the version struck in Denver. Weight check. Use a precision coin scale. A standard 1994 penny should weigh about 2.5 grams. But a rare off-metal 1994 D struck on a bronze planchet will weigh closer to 3.1 grams. That's your first major clue. Condition. Grading is key. Coins in mint state condition, especially those graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC, are where the serious money is. The $585,335 coin was in such pristine condition that it demanded a record-breaking price at auction. Get it authenticated. Never try to sell or buy one of these coins without professional authentication. Companies like PCGS, NGC, and ANAX are your best bets. A genuine error verified by professionals is the difference between 1 cent and $500,000. Why the market is exploding. Coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a booming market. As more people turn to alternative investments and collectibles, rare coins are getting more attention than ever. The 1994 D penny has recently surged in popularity thanks to auction records, collector interest, and viral videos just like this one. What once sat unnoticed in drawers and jars is now becoming a potential lottery ticket. Coins that used to be considered common are now being re-examined under the microscope, sometimes literally, and some are turning out to be historic treasures. The demand is high. Supply is low. And that's the perfect storm for massive prices. Current market value. Let's talk numbers. A standard 1994 D Lincoln penny in circulated condition is worth face value, just 1 cent. But error coins, high-grade mint state examples, and especially the ultra-rare off-metal bronze planchet versions are where the money lies. A MS67 red-graded penny can sell for between $100 to $300 depending on eye appeal and market demand. Known error pennies from 1994 D with confirmed metal compositions have sold for between $5,000 and $25,000. But one verified example, in pristine MS condition, fetched a record $585,335 at auction. Yes, that's not a typo. A penny worth more than $500,000. Chapter 6, How to Search Your Change like a pro. Go through every penny jar, coin roll, or loose change pile you have. Use a jeweler's loupe or a magnifying glass to inspect for mint marks and visual errors. Weigh suspicious coins on a digital scale. Look for anomalies like double dies, wrong planchets, or off-center strikes. If you think you found something, submit it to a grading service for evaluation. Outro. Final thoughts from RFCONS Coin. Collecting is more than just a hobby, it's a journey into history, a form of investment, and occasionally, a thrilling treasure hunt. The story of the 1994 D Lincoln penny reminds us that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes the smallest things hold the biggest surprises. Keep searching. Keep learning. Keep collecting. And maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next person to pull a $585,335 penny out of your pocket. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more long-form, informative videos like this one, let us know in the comments below. Have you ever found a rare penny? Share your story. We love hearing from our fellow coin enthusiasts, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a chance to learn something new and valuable from the world of coins. Until next time, this is RF Coins, signing. Happy collecting, and may your change bring you fortune.